We believe very strongly that creating more inclusive, accessible pagan spaces is a group effort and requires top-down changes. It is not enough for individuals to be aware of their own unique needs. For those organizing rituals and classes, they need to be doing the work of eliminating barriers to access. When we talk about access barriers, we're talking about obstacles that prevent someone from fully participating in a given event or community. These can be physical barriers like a lack of ramps and elevators making spaces inaccessible for wheelchair users, or they can be more abstract. Access barriers are most often brought up in discussions around disability, but these barriers can come up in other areas as well. For example, as the cost of living continues to increase, more and more communities are being forced to address financial barriers to access. We cannot speak for every pagan community. We cannot give you a universal fix that will make every community event accessible for everyone. What we can do is share what has worked for some communities. The insights in this video are specifically based on Samwise's work with the AIRA, the Ableism-Impacted Reclaiming Alliance, and the Fellowship of Fire and Ice. Below are a few guidelines they find helpful when planning group rituals. Know who is in the room. Remember that you are not planning a ritual for the entire world. You are planning a ritual for your community. For example, a sign language interpreter is a wonderful use of resources if we have a deaf or hard of hearing people in our community. But if that isn't a need of our community, those resources may be better utilized elsewhere. Instead of trying to plan for every access need someone could theoretically have, think about the actual people in your community. What do they need to be able to participate fully in ritual? Of course, there are times when we don't know ahead of time who will be in the room, especially in public rituals. In these situations, we can follow general accessibility guidelines like those created by AIRA to accommodate a wide range of potential access needs. Make it easy for people to express their needs. Marginalized people should not have to jump through hoops to ask for accommodation. Complicated or confusing processes for requesting help can be a barrier to access in and of themselves. As community organizers, we have a responsibility to create a clear, straightforward process for requesting accommodation. We can start by making it clear who the members of our community can go to for help with access needs. This person's contact information should be included in advertising for a class or ritual, with a note that they can be contacted for help with accessibility. It may also be helpful to create an official process for access requests, such as filling out a form or sending an email to a member of the ritual team. This process should be easy to navigate. Remember, the point is to encourage people to ask for help. Prioritize function over aesthetics and vibes. Sometimes, to make a ritual accessible, we need to let go of the vision we had in our heads. That might mean making a circle of folding chairs instead of expecting people to stand. It might mean not using incense oil blends and other strong scents. It might mean holding a ritual indoors instead of outside. When we're planning rituals, these access requirements can feel like limitations, especially if we're trying to create a specific mood. But honestly, you can grow as a leader when you have to get creative in your crafting. The end result will most likely always be a ritual with more depth and magic than originally planned. Schedule frequent breaks. There are many reasons someone may need to take a break from ritual. Some need to take medication at specific times or at specific intervals. Some need frequent bathroom breaks. Some can only sit or stand for so long before they need to lie down and rest. Whatever the reason, we all deserve to have our need for rest honored and respected. As a general rule, Anytime you are planning a ritual that will go for an hour or longer, plan for at least one break. If you know that the people present may need a break sooner than that, adjust accordingly. It is important to make sure our breaks are long enough to be truly restful. How long this is depends on the circumstances. A 10-minute bio break might be plenty of time if the bathrooms are just in the next room. But if it takes 5 minutes to walk there and 5 minutes to walk back, 10 minutes doesn't actually allow enough time for people to use the facilities. Consider these factors when planning breaks. No matter how frequently we schedule breaks, people will sometimes need to step away or take a rest outside of structured break times. We should make it clear at the beginning of the ritual that everyone is not only allowed but encouraged to listen to their bodies and take breaks if needed. Every community is different, and every community's needs are different. Creating more accessible spaces is an ongoing process that requires cooperation and accountability. This article first appeared on our blogging site, the Pagan Collective. It was written by Sam Wise, author of Lavender Witchcraft, combining thorough research, hands-on practical exercises, and thought-provoking discussions to help queer witches and allies build a magical practice that is authentic to them. It's available from Moonbooks Publishing. Thank you so much for watching. A special thank you to our members. You too can become a member and gain early access to videos just like this one. Hit the join button for more information. Subscribe for weekly videos, ring the bell for notifications, and we will see you next time.